15 points for first place, 10 for second, 8 for third, and 7, 6, 5. All the way down to 10th, which will get 1 point. And yeah, it's the golden class. We have a tight championship battle. We'll go over those points right after one-shot qualifying here during the formation lap. And yeah, professional guy, any thoughts? What are you looking forward to here tonight?
Yeah, well, first of all, it's good to be back in the commentary booth. It's been a few seasons. I think I commentated back in season 10 or season 11, but thanks for inviting me tonight. I'm looking forward to this different, unique format for Golden Class tonight with the one-shot quali and the 25% races. We'll do that 2 times. I'm really looking forward to seeing how the drivers cope with this one-shot quali. I think it's going to be quite stressful for a few drivers, and we've just started, so let's see how they fare on this first run of one-shot.
We are currently on board with Warrians here. He is your points leader going into the night. He is on the soft tires. Only STX is on the mediums, kind of surprising considering the medium by softs worked decently well last night, but I think a lot of guys are favoring track position over and possibly gaining an advantage on an alternate strategy here. I'll say this, someone who did it last night, the one-shot qualifying is really difficult because you sit in the lobby for like 15 minutes. You have to go no warm-up, straight into this one-shot qualifying. You have to get right on it right off the bat. You don't get a formation lap or just out lap, so it's really tough on these drivers. And it looks like Warrians is doing quite well here. He's hasn't seen any major hiccups here.
Yeah, going through turn 11, and this turn 12, 13 complex is really tough. Because if you see that you're down on your time or see that you're falling, through the positions, you really want to brake later and try to gain those positions. But then you risk risk going wide and just losing time on the straights as the drivers make their way to the last corner, turn 14, I believe it is.
Very tricky as well.
Oh gosh, yeah, tell me about it.
Warrians looks like he's going to finish a solid P4, but this is that's a good lap.
TJ, look at that pole position for the first 25%.
Look at McLaren, 1-2 for McLaren. That's very good. And like I said, that's a very tight constructors battle. We'll go over that here shortly. Got any weed? Finally got his first win 2 weeks ago, which was our last official race. Obviously, you had the All-Star race last week. So yeah, you'll be in third. Warrians, your points lead. Yeah, 1-2 in points, starting right next to each other in row 2. So looking like we're setting up for an interesting race here. It'll be interesting. STX P11 on the mediums.
Not bad.
Yeah. But yeah, Rockstar, like I said, he's someone who always has speed. Still, we got the monkey off his back 2 weeks ago. Rockstar, maybe he'll get the monkey off his back here soon. Camden Luca, I want to highlight him. He's a silver driver reserving tonight in golden class. Not sure if he had a setup change. Not sure if it was a wheel or remote to wheel or maybe just taking some assist off. But it's taking him a little bit of time to get up to speed this season. But he was definitely quick last night, and he won the silver race in season 12 here at Bahrain. Of course, we did the regular 50% race that we usually do here, so I'd imagine Camden Luca will have something to say about the outcome of this race before it's over.
Well, Camden actually, he's a silver driver, and he's reserving tonight for golden. He asked me right before we did one shot. He says, "Is ABS still allowed?" I said, "No, I'm sorry." So he's actually running without ABS for the first time, and qualified quite well. So he's one to watch out for. But I'm most impressed by TJ, just right out of the gate, P1 by just over 2/10.
Yeah, that's a solid lap
like
too.
you said, McLaren
26.5. That's a pretty solid lap.
Yeah, that's right up there with some of the platinum guys. I think we'll see tomorrow.
Definitely. Of course, you're all doing one shot too, aren't you? For the
tomorrow's format is the 5-lap, the one shot, and then the 3 5-lap sprints to determine the grid for the 50% race. So slightly different than tonight's format.
All right, we'll go over that in more detail when we have the, I guess, our halftime break after the first 25% race here. I'll go over to the point standings here real quickly. Like I mentioned earlier, Warriors is your points leader in 98 points. Got any weed? 14 points back on 84. Same TJ, 22 back, still within a race. Of course, or 2 races tonight since we're doing half points rounded up. Then Inmaf, who is not here, I don't think, tonight. He's sitting in 4th place on 60 points. Fire Up Flow on 53 points. Elog Quieros, who is a reserve driver, actually. He's not here tonight either. He's in 6th place. And Spickle Angelo, Miguel Fragazzo, Bam Bam, who's now a reserve driver as well. He could not, unfortunately, had to back out of this season from his full-time commitments. Rockstar P10, and then Mr. Joshua is in P11. Look at the Constructors title, and this is where it gets really interesting. Three-way battle for the Constructors. Ferrari sitting on 137, 7 points clear of Williams on 130, and McLaren just 13 back on 124. And you have Alpine and Mercedes pretty close on 81 and 78 points respectively. And it's Alfa Romeo, Aston Martin, AlphaTauri, Red Bull, and Haas bringing up the rear in the Constructors as it stands right now. So we'll get some predictions off here real quick. Who you got in this first race?
Oh gosh, you're asking the hard question here. I'm actually gonna go with TJ to pull off the win in the first sprint race tonight. P2 I'll go with Warriors, and then P3 I'll go with Fire Up Flow. So I know he's starting down in the field on P8, but I think he'll make his way forward. His teammate got new weave. I hope, Ferrari, me being a Ferrari driver, I hope they can both pull off a good team result. But yeah, I got Fire Up Flow for finishing P3.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Camden finishing P3. Like I said, I think he's really solid at this track. He obviously has quite a bit of confidence. Although he's up against it with the no ABS here, but I think he can handle it. They'll go Got Any Weeb P2. Like I said, I think he'll carry the momentum from 2 weeks ago and get a good result here. And then I'm going to go, TJ's been on point in the season. I think he's going to pull it out and tighten up the points battle here. So that's my top 3. And here we go, getting ready for the start. They're lining up.
It's going to be good. That's going to be a crazy rundown in turn 1, and turn 1 and 2 and 3 is gosh, you want to be so careful because you can easily lose the rear end if you just put down a bit too much of the loud pedal on the exit, especially that exit curb.
And turn 2 gets really tight. We actually have a really good angle here at the start line here. Seeing TJ, which is kind of...
I have an absolutely terrible camera angle.
Alright, so we got a nice view of the lights here. And the lights are on. And we're away here in race 1. The Bahrain feature. TJ does not get a particularly great start. It looks like Got Any Weeb got a good start, but he was blocked by TJ. McLarens are side by side. He's able to hold on to it around turn 1. Looks like everyone's fairly clean. Warrians might be getting the spot on Got Any Weeb, but he's not. Rockstar for a good move, going down into turn 4. See if he can get around Warrians on the inside. Still side by side. Alright, someone's got to give. It's very hard to go side by side through here.
I want a caution. Looks like you having a giggle has spun on the medium tire, and it looks like you just might have made contact with the... don't know who, possibly one of the Mercedes or Williams.
It's a shame for him. He's come off his season best finish as well back in Abu Dhabi. So Rockstar up 1 position. Did you see anyone else? Any contact? Maybe some wings flying off? Any other action back in the pack?
No, so far so clean. Quite impressive. STX and Little Charles are on the medium tire and so far holding position for the most part.
Yeah, STX actually gained 2 spots and all that chaos in the first couple
Actually,
laps.
no, Little Charles gained 6 positions. I'm sorry.
Ooh-wee.
So wonderful start for him.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Let's take a look at the details here.
And look at the McLaren boys just yeeting off from Got Any Weeb, so maybe some Mclaren Tactics at first.
Yeah, we'll go up here. Let's see. They're not using a whole lot of ERS here. Looks like Despicable Angelo might look for a move on TJ here into turn 1. He does, looking on the inside. It's very easy to get on that curb and lose traction. Despicable Angelo will file back in line. And it's real key here to try and break DRS. It's one of the frustrating things about Bahrain. It's you can be faster than someone, but if they latch onto your DRS, it's very hard to get rid of them. TJ runs a little bit wide. Another thing these guys are going to have to watch out for is track limits. Bahrain's not the most notorious track for having a lot of penalties, but there are a few places you can slip up, and with the shorter races, 3 seconds is a lot more than it usually is in a 50% race.
Yeah, especially when you cannot break out of the DRS. So you have to be really, really smart and just kind of logical where you do use your ERS and deployment and all that stuff. But the Ferrari driver, Fire Up Flow, still P8, but right behind Camden and Luca. I think went side by side, and yeah, Fire Up Flow was trying to go down the inside of turn 11, but still holding position, and the Haas of Little Charles were right behind them, so just waiting patiently, hopefully just keeping distance to the Ferrari driver. But so far, so good.
Little Charles recently got around STX as well. He's now all over Fire Up Flow and Camden Luca. It's interesting, we had a couple drivers last night, Tebow and Ford, make the alternate strategy of mediums to softs kind of work. They got some aid from the safety cars and VSCs both races, but they got pretty close. They were able to come up through the pack and both get podium finishes in both races. Actually, Tebow went back on the regular strategy for the first race, but it's very unique with this. As Fire Up Flow gets a big wiggle there. Little Charles might look for a move. He's on his ERS. Let's see if he goes for it in turn 4. If he does, I think he's going to get that move and make it stick.
Yeah, but nice move. And on the medium tire, too. So Little Charles in a very, very good position compared to the drivers around him.
This is only his second TCR race. He had pace at Abu Dhabi, but unfortunately got caught up into an incident with Despicable Angelo. And speaking of Despicable Angelo, he has pulled out the app on Got Any Lead, so the McLarens are looking to break away here early in the stage. But yeah, 25% race here at Bahrain is unique because you can really make either strategy work. And it's kind of a good track to have these feature races at because, safety car came out now, for instance, you could essentially, everyone would come into pits, and you could make the soft slap here. It'd be a bit of a stretch, but it'd make things a lot of interesting possibilities here for strategy, even in a 25% race. So.
Oh gosh, the Aston Martin of Rockstar just weaving down the straight, trying to find a way past Got Any Weave, and Got Any Weave just pretty much staying straight. And let's see if Rockstar can get run on the Ferrari driver. Ferrari driver's weaving down or going right to be really defensive, and looks like Rockstar has pretty much made that work. Yep.
Looking back
nice
from
move.
Rockstar. Warriors now your points leader, looking to maybe make a move on Got Any Weed. They are side by side right now. Still looking back from Rockstar. Got a good view of this. Warriors drives in a little deep and Got Any Weed. Doesn't put up too much of a fight there. And Warriors will get that position.
Yeah, I'm most impressed so far by the McLaren drivers. They seem to be most likely in a party together and just kind of being strategic with maybe just conserving ERS, maybe using it in a different spot than Rockstar and Warriors.
Both
doesn't
of them
help
have,
though that.
Yeah, both of them have plenty of ERS as well, and they're just going to just get past TJ. So yeah, I agree with you there. They seem to be working together quite nicely. And now is the hard part for Rockstar because you no longer have DRS, and it's a lot harder to kind of climb the ladder, if you will. But at the same time, you might be faster than the guys behind you, but they're going to have an easy opportunity to attack here in the next couple laps just because of the DRS. And that, another thing that makes it difficult to run top two down if you're a Rockstar, because you're going to have to be looking behind you as well.
Yeah, it's a cool format. I'm liking this 25% like sprint race with the one-shot quali, and I'm going to be interested to see the next one-shot quali and
three-way.
See if it's going to be any different.
Three-way battle, 7, 8, and 9 here. Little Charles looked on Cam and Luca. Luca held the spot, but now Little Charles going to have the DRS down the second straight here into turn 4. Like he's going to go for the move. Oh, and Fire Up Flow, big lockup.
He thought about it, and he just backed out at the last minute and just locked up those tires.
I think he got in there a little too hot. Oh, and he had a big wiggle there. It was actually a pretty good job to hang on to it. But now he's going to be on the edge of the DRS range here. So, crucial moment in the race here for Fire Up Flow. Let's try and save him that 1 second. This downhill turn 7 is also something that's very difficult to get right here. It's very easy to go wide, and if you don't have the right setup on the car, then the car just seems to want to take off through that turn for some reason. So.
No, that's actually one of my favorite corners on this track, is that little S section, the turn 6, 7, 8 thing. You can just, if you get it right, it's so nice. But if you get it wrong, then you're pretty much in the barriers.
I'm glad you enjoy it, because that's probably the one spot in this track that I'm just like, yeah, can we just not? I'm not a big fan
on that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like Rockstar's in the pits. We got our first pit. Looks
So
like
Fire
Up Flow and Digabri. Everybody's well, not everybody, but about half the grid's in the pits.
And these guys going for the undercut. The undercut won't be as powerful here in 25% race because the tire fall off isn't as big as you'd see in a 50% race because they're obviously pitting earlier. Not that the undercut's overly powerful at Bahrain anyway, but yeah, Fire Up Flow also in for a pit stop. 6 laps, 5, 6, 7 is probably when you see the soft runners come in. I was in a party with my teammate last night, Glenn Machine, and we were talking. Glenn actually decided to go for an overcut, which doesn't really work in theory, but it's one of those things where you get a well-timed VSC or safety car on the overcut, and suddenly you're in the lead. So and you won't lose a whole lot because on lap 7 the softs will still be decent. Like they won't fall off the cliff. So.
I think the McLaren drivers might be in trouble because Rockstar and Warriors were right on the gearbox on the McLarens right as they pit. So they're gonna have one lap, more to get these medium tires working.
2 laps.
The McLaren drivers pit. Well, that's true because I don't think the McLarens are gonna double stack. That would be extremely foolish. Oh, and the Haas Twisted Jack spun at the exit of turn 12 or 13.
I didn't see if he'd gotten. Oh, don't go backwards. I got disqualified all the way back in Season 9 for doing that same thing.
That was an unsafe rejoin. D'Angelo's in the pits, Scotty Weave's in the pits, Camden's in the pits. Really, really want to watch Rockstar to see if he's going to overcut or undercut one of the McLarens, D'Angelo.
I apologize to the viewers there. We kind of went the wrong way. But Rockstar has already used all of his ERS here. I think he's got a good shot.
Oh, he knows. And there's the McLaren exiting the pits. He's not going to get it. But TJ is now under threat from both these guys, actually.
Let's see what the gap is. 1.1. 1 second.
Oh, and Warriors right on the gearbox of the Alfa Romeo. If you having a giggle, and Warriors almost loses it on the curb. You got to be so careful on the throttle there. Passes the Alfa Romeo.
Nice giggle. Thought about hanging around the outside, but yeah, I agree with you. It's going to be TJ really got to put in a good lap. We'll go up here to TJ. He's still got plenty of ERS, and if I was him, I'd use this lap to kind of dump some of the ERS to try and stay ahead of these guys.
Dump it. Just dump it. Use it.
Yeah. Not all of it, but, a little more than what he's got. But we'll see what the one looking very smooth still so far. Rockstar, just over a second behind Michelangelo as well. Be interesting to see where Little Charles and XTX come into the pits. Will they come in this lap, next lap?
Oh man, I'm shocked. Look at D'Angelo. He has 94% ERS and Rockstar 10%.
Yeah.
So a huge difference in ERS conservation. You can even call it that. Rockstar dumping it again, so he's at 3%. Literally nothing. TJ's in the pits, and Rassam is in the pits too.
He must be a new driver. I have not seen his. I apologize if you're watching this. I have not seen his name yet this season.
And
Michelangelo to the lead. Rockstar will now have DRS. That's a blessing for Rockstar because he's now on the DRS train. If he can just hang there, but like I said, he's got a huge ERS disadvantage. So now we're going to expect STX and Little Charles to come into the pits. Warrigan's also in the back of Rockstar. So we're going to have looks like we're going to have a 4-way battle for the lead, possibly to the end of the race, although Rockstar struggling to stay within that 1 second at the moment. No, I will not be accepting an invitation. I will be staying here.
Yeah, same here.
Thank you. Thank you for Mr. Jones for following me. I don't know why you did that, but alrighty. Anyway.
McLaren drivers are doing absolutely phenomenal with their ERS management, and they just seem to have this really, really well managed compared to everybody else behind them. So I don't really see them really losing these positions. Of course, I don't want to give a commentator's curse, so knock on wood.
Yeah, we were talking about them. in the Constructors' Championship. McLaren 13 points back. If they go 1-2 in this race, I know it's only a half-point race essentially, but STX staying out another lap. A little bit surprising there, but like I said, going back to McLaren, that's going to be real good for them if they ever hang on to this 1-2. Be interesting to see where little Charles will come out at here. I think STX, I don't think his race has quite gone the way he's looking for it. I think he's doing probably what I talked about earlier, maybe what Glenn was trying to do last night.
Try to do the overcut.
Yeah, if you get a VSC or a well-timed safety car right here, like I said, STX will be sitting pretty, especially since you switch on to the soft tires. I think at this point, I said, little Charles almost gets at the back of the Gabri.
Yeah. It's just not going to work out well for STX. I mean, he's not going to have enough time on the soft tires to really use the advantage of that tire, the speed difference. So I think he's kind of shot himself in the foot. I mean, granted, he was trying to stay out for a VSC or something, but at this point, I just think he's going to be losing out.
Yeah, and you might even see him at this point, might need to try and go another lap or two just to kind of gamble and hope something comes off, because right now you're probably looking at the back half of the points finish for him anyway, which probably isn't what he was hoping for in this race. He's pretty quick. Little Charles got a little too close to comfort to that curb. There through the 11-12 complex. Very easy to lose it there. This STX does come into the pits this lap. Ray
So
Magic
does Ray Magic.
Oh, wait, no, he does come into the pits. Got a little late notice there. Rockstar, barely in DRS range, but I think he'll be out of it right here. I think he's out of DRS range here. Let's see if he gets it. No, he will not.
It looks like the McLaren swapped positions, and looks like gloves are off. I don't think there's any team orders from Zach Brown.
I think
we'll see. It's gonna get spicy.
Need to work together for a couple more laps here, trying to get away from Rockstar and Warriors. But yeah, so that will allow Rockstar to get right back into it 1 second. Looks like they're getting ready to drop him there, but oh boy, it's tightening up again. Warriors, as you can see the red light flashing on the back of Rockstar's car. He'll be looking to make a move here shortly.
Huge snap from D'Angelo. Thought he was almost going to lose it, and he's going to be under threat from the Aston Martin of Rockstar. Rockstar is looking, but closes back in behind the McLaren.
Probably just trying to get him to think, oh, as Warriors almost lose it there. Probably wasn't as big of a moment as it probably looked there, but the little Charles, he's now on back of Godini lead. I don't think he's got enough time. He'll get around Godini lead, no problem right here, but he's going to have a gap to make it to Warriors. I think he'll catch Warriors. He might even be able to make a move on Warriors by the end of the race, but I just don't see him really contending. He's got a pretty tall hill to climb. He can just get a podium here. With 4 laps to go. Let's get the purple lap. Fastest lap point is available in both of these races, so technically the most points you can score tonight is 28 points rather than 26. So a few more points on offer here tonight.
Nice, yeah, little Charles just got past the Ferrari driver. So Ferrari not having a great race points-wise for the constructors. I think they're,
yep.
At this point, they're going to be losing the lead. Williams either, because you got Cipriani back in P14, Warriors in P4. So right now, McLaren should be overtaking Ferrari and Williams in the constructors, which is going to be great.
Yeah, it's a shame that the full-time Williams driver, Nico John, is not here. He hasn't been able to make the past couple races, and that's unfortunate for Williams. Nico John had a lot of pace at the beginning of the season, which is always good to see, because he's definitely improved a lot. Hopefully for Williams, he can get him back the next few races. TJ, 1 second. So Michelangelo's going to have to dump some ERS here to try and catch up to him. TJ gets a good exit there.
Could this be TJ? I mean, could TJ win this race? Because me and him had kind of a bet. It's like, who would be first to, get our next TCR win? Of course, I said it's going to be me, and then, you have TJ leading the first sprint race for Golden Class tonight at Bahrain. So
Charles, another fastest lap. I might take back what I said. He is coming. He is coming quick. He took off 2 seconds from these guys. Problem is now they're all on a DRS train, so he's going to have to overtake these guys the hard way.
Yeah, but he's on the soft tires, though. You know, and that's a huge advantage, especially this late in the race, because those medium tires are, I mean, they're still good, but the soft tires are just that much better.
Yeah.
Oh, and the huge snap from the Williams, and little Charles get on the curve.
That was a bad...
That's...
Yeah. Oh, he's going to go for it!
That's a day late and $1 short, just like Martin Brundle says. Side by side going down into turn 10, and what's this gonna...
Oh, man.
Okay, he backs out of it.
It's a not Sir Vapor move right there.
Oh, yeah.
Now little Charles outside of 1 second. I imagine he'll be back within a second, but by the time we get back to the start-finish straight. Rockstar now looking to pounce on Despicable Angelo, who is now under threat. But if you look at the ERS... What's the wrong way? My bad, folks. Look at the ERS. I still think the Gabri retires.
Oh, De Gabri is out. I don't think it's going to cause a VSC, but it could. I don't think it will because there's only 2 laps to go coming at the line.
Yeah. It's a day late that spin and possible VSC is a day late and $1 short for a lot of these guys.
Yep, there you go, Martin Brundle.
Little Charles not with any ERS. Not good.
He's coming though.
Yeah.
Oh, but look at Warrant. Warrant's. Yeah, it's not over yet.
Rockstar is definitely close to Despicable Angel, but he just has nothing to fight with in terms of ERS. Despicable Angel has a decent amount of ERS still left. It's going to be interesting. Rockstar really has to nail this lap and get right behind Rockstar. We get right behind Despicable Angelo when he gets to the front stretch here.
I mean, kudos to Little Charles. I mean, 12 positions made up during this race, so that is a huge effort. Commended. Well done.
Especially after he'll be happy with this result, especially after tongue-tied here. Especially after the disappointment from Abu Dhabi, where he definitely had pace, but just couldn't get the result he wanted. Little Charles now right on the back of Rockstar. Neither of them have hardly any ERS left, so Despicable Angelo might be able to hang on here just barely. This is when if you are in a team chat, you know, you're yelling at your teammate, "Hey, drop back on the tents. Help me out here.
Give me the DRS." You know, come on. And I bet you TJ's saying, "Tell D'Angelo to defend like a lion." You know, don't let Rockstar past. It's getting tight. D'Angelo really used all his ERS there. A couple
penalties coming in, but only a couple down in the back of the pack. Little Charles, like I said, yeah, got no ERS to fight with. Neither does Rockstar. Right now, all does Despicable Angelo do, and Rockstar for that matter, all they have to do really, I think, is hit their marks here in the next couple corners for the rest of this lap, and I think they should have the spot. There he is, going for the move. Saw that coming.
Ooh,
Rockstar tried to close it off, but there was I think Little Charles already had the move made. Rockstar now tries to squeeze him off.
That's bold.
That is bold. They make it work. Rockstar also has DRS, so Little Charles probably will not be able to rebound here or counterattack.
Wow.
It's a really good move from Rockstar. He easily could have given up that spot. Some really hard racing there for them too. Rockstar
hard but clean.
Yep, just gotta focus on hitting your marks here. You should have enough. Hang on to the spot, to the line, as long as you don't hit this last corner right. Little Charles trying to fill up his mirror as much as he can. Here we go. I don't think he's going to get there.
No. Oh, that's close.
That was really close. Oh, and a little bit of extracurriculars after the finish here.
Look at that though. McLaren won too.
Fire Up Flow was able to get past Camden Luca there on the last lap or two. Would have forgot to see when that move was made. So yeah, looks like a big day for Ferrari, or for McLaren, my bad. Little Charles finally gets a good position. Overall, I think he'll be relatively happy with that, but I think he needed another couple laps there. He needed it to be a 16-lap race. I think he would have been in a pretty good spot. Ferrari only able to manage a 6th and 8th place finish, so not a whole lot of points for them. And Warriors with a solid P5, but again, it's not much for Williams as well. So yeah, your thoughts on race 1 here?
It went quick. Action-packed, went quick. It was over before you know it, and I'm ready for round 2. Ready for the next one shot and the next 25%, which is also going to go by quite quick. I'm actually pretty stoked for TJ, though. I'm really happy for him. He held it together. He's been mentioning all week that he's been struggling with the track, that he doesn't know how to drive the track. Clearly, he did know how to drive it tonight, based on his pace and based on his pole position and his win. So, look to see more from him in this second sprint race.
Yeah, and TJ too in terms of the driver championship as well. You know, gaining a lot of points on Godini Weeb and Warriors. Alright, and that is not the end of the stream. We have we do this all over again. We'll have a brief break here, about 3 or 4 minutes. Let the guys get a drink of water, take a quick bathroom break if they need to. And we'll get right back in it. Same thing, 25% race, one-shot qualifying. And we'll go from there.
You know, my predictions were completely... Well, actually, no, I got one of them right. TJ won.
Yeah, I think I had TJ winning as well. Godini Weeb and Camden were a bit further down. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to do any commentators' curses or anything, but... So I was...
If you're watching Camden and Godini Weeb, I think Sir Charles messed you up, so...
Yeah, it's all my fault, guys. I'm sorry. Alright, well, we're going to have a few minutes breaks here. I'm just trying to write down the results. Hopefully you can get some overall points here at the end. Of course, the game should keep track of it to a point anyway.
Don't ask me to do math. I almost failed math in middle school and high school.
Alrighty. And there are no... Well, there's supposed to be points on the left side of the screen there, or the right side, but I guess not. Anyway. So we'll just take that in.
Oh, man.
Alright, so have this little bit of a break here. I'd like to inform you that tomorrow, for the Platinum class, the top level of TCR, will be having the 6th annual TCR GP, or not annual, 6th, I guess, seasonal, I should say. TCR Grand Prix. It's a special event with a special format. Lots of 5-lap sprint races with points on offer, as well as a 50% race to crown the TCR GP winner. Professional, you'll be participating in that, and you probably know more about the racing format than I do. What can you tell us about the race tomorrow?
Oh gosh, you're putting me on the spot. Yeah, it's going to be... So the qualifying is going to be set by one-shot quali followed by a 5-lap, by like a 5-lapper. And so the first 5-lapper, the position 16 through 20 will be set, and then we'll do it again. And then whoever finishes, I think it's P11 to P15 or whatever, those grid positions will be set. And we'll do a third one-shot quali and a 5-lapper, and then the positions 1 through 10 will be set. Return to lobby again, and then we'll do the 50% race. It'll be dynamic weather. You can choose your tire choice. It is open setup because we have to restart the lobby. So it is a slightly different mindset going in. You get to choose whatever setup you want to for all the 5-lappers and the 50%. Tire choice, I'm sure, will be a bit different and wild. I'm sure we'll have people starting on the medium tires, trying to do the one stop, medium to hard, or hard to medium, even soft to hard, who knows. People might even go for a 2-stop. So we'll see a variety of strategy tomorrow. I'm sure it'll be quite intense because the pace at Platinum is extremely close, so the 5-lappers will be, provide a lot of action, and be sure to tune in tomorrow to Platinum class, same time as Silver last night and Golden tonight. You won't want to miss it.
Yeah, awesome. I'm looking forward to that event. It's always exciting. And we'll have a blend machine on the call there, as well as Despicable Angelo, I believe, will be his co-com. So they'll be in the commentary booth tomorrow night. And of course, next week we'll be back to our normal format of 50% races with short qualifying. We'll be at Portimao. TCR will be next week, next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Obviously Wednesday for Golden class, Tuesday Silver, and Thursday for the Platinum class, as usual. We also want to take this time to point out our affiliate sponsors. Fanatec is an affiliate sponsor. All these links are in the description below. Affiliate sponsors of ours. Like I said, you go to the link in the description below, and any checkouts make sure will help the league greatly. We also have a sponsor from Energy Drink Alchemy. So if you're looking for an energy drink with clean ingredients, be sure to check their stuff out. I said I've heard a lot of good things about their products, and like I said, they have several flavors available. Enter the code TCR on checkout for any of their orders, and you'll get 10% off of your order. We also have a new line of merch, so we have like t-shirts, hats, and Blue 9 and TCR merch. It just launched a few weeks ago, so be sure to check that out. Again, links in the description below. And it looks like we're getting ready to start race number 2.
Thank you for reminding me about the TCR merch. I still need to order mine. I need to order the hoodie and the sweatpants and the coffee mug, because I'm a huge coffee enthusiast.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm kind of glad I never got into the coffee. I know a lot of people drink like 5 cups a morning. I'm like, geez, how do you do that?
That might be me. You're missing
out.
Might be
a bit of an exaggeration. I don't know. I'm
definitely having a few cups of coffee tomorrow night before the Platinum race. I'm going to need it. So,
speaking of merch, I'm still trying to convince C-Freeze that the champion should get a free T-shirt, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
You need to slip him a 20.
Yeah, probably.
All right, round 2. We ready to go?
Bahrain International Circuit, 3.36 miles, 15 turns. I think we're going to see anyone try to switch strategies here. We saw
yes.
Yeah, we saw a few people switch strategies last night. I always prefer to track position over anything else, but again, one-shot qualifying. Oh boy, you're pushing the edge of car control and track limits. It can bite you. We'll see. See if any guys. I wonder if that's what happened to Little Charles in his qualifying. He's behind STX.
If people saw what Little Charles did and how many positions he gained, I think more people might be inclined to start on the medium tire. But here we go. We're starting. So good luck to all the drivers.
So Little Charles again on the medium tires. Orions on the softs. We'll go on board with same TJ, who was your winner and pole sitter last race. Lap beta up.
Right now.
Go ahead.
Good look at Godney Wheat. He's P1. TJ is kind of gaining. I'm interested to see kind of where these guys change position throughout the lap, because if you mess up sector 1 and you see your wheel and you can see the position kind of where you're slotted in at the moment, you might want to brake a little bit later into turn 10, turn 11, but you lose so much time on the straight, just bleeding time. So people might be a bit too greedy on the braking zones just to gain back that time.
See, I'm glad the way I have my camera set up, I can't see the positions as I'm actually driving, because I know like I'm one of the people. I have to turn the delta off during one-shot qualifying, because I get so fixed in on the green then red. Like if it goes red, I'll start overdriving. I have to focus on my marks. But it looks like McLaren is looking really good again here in one-shot qualifying. Gotta nail this last tricky turn. I think TJ misses the apex just slightly, but he carried momentum. But Despicable Angelo is going to leapfrog him here.
Oh, and Warriors gets him at the line.
Oh, TJ, that last turn was not kind to TJ, and TJ, he'll be kicking himself there because he's about a tenth and a half slower than what he was in the first race as well, so he'll be kicking himself. Good improvement from Despicable Angelo. He improved by about 3/10 over his first one-shot qualifying, but still a pretty good spot for McLaren. 1-3 But now it's going to be Warriors from the inside here. And yeah, looks like it's the same four, slightly different order up front. STX switched strategies. He's on the soft tires. I think he kind of learned, man, maybe I don't want to be back in the mixer, if you will. Camden Lucas also switched strategies. He's going for the medium strategy as well.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what Little Charles can do on this one. I think he got pretty lucky on his start because he gained, like 6 or 7 positions on the opening lap. I'm not sure if he can do that again, so I'll be watching out for him. I'll probably be on board to start.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes you just put yourself in the right spot, right place, right time on the starts, and it's like, Moses, the seas part, and you're able to drive right through.
Pretty much, yeah. Alrighty, so all the players choosing well, not choosing because it's parked firmly on, so I guess just waiting to ready up, and then we'll be right on our way. No formation lap, so it's quite nerve-wracking. I hope they're all ready.
Oh, is there no formation lap on the second race?
Was there on the first one?
Yeah,
no, there was on the first one. Wasn't there? Yeah, I'm thinking about tomorrow. My head's already in tomorrow. Like I'm trying to focus for tomorrow.
I do remember the first time we ever did this format. We forgot to turn on the formation lap. This is in the silver feature races in Brazil a couple seasons ago. I remember it caught a bunch of people off guard.
Gosh, you know what? I might have been hosting the lobby then, so that might have been my fault. But I won't admit to it.
Yeah, that was. We'll blame it on someone else. We'll
blame it on Chatty because Chatty was my co-con. So.
Yeah.
Chatty, if you're watching, it was all your fault.
Alrighty. I guess we'll run through it again. Who are we going to place the commentator's curse on this time? What are your predictions for this race 2?
Oh goodness. Let's see. P1. I'm going to go with D'Angelo. I want to see another McLaren win tonight, so we'll go with D'Angelo P1. P2. I'm going to go with STX, and P3. I'm going to go with TJ.
All right. Well, I'm going to put my bets on. I want to say TJ is going to do what I couldn't do last night. I think he's going to get the clean sweep. Go 1-1 here, so I think TJ is going to win. I'm going to say. I'm trying to think outside the box here a little bit. Yeah, I think I'm going to go. I think STX is going to show that he has a bit of pace. I'm going to agree. I'm going to say he goes P2. And I'm thinking Little Charles is going to get his podium this race. I think he's going to come all the way up to P3. I think he's going to...
Hey, nice. Going for the underdog, for the alternate strat. So we got Tom in chat going for Camden. Says, Camden, alt strategy, let's go. So we got a Camden fan in the chat. Sea Freeze, yeah. TJ won race 1, got pole and won. So starting off really, really well tonight. He was on pole, or we're going to take pole for the second race, but he messed up the last turn, and D'Angelo and Warriors just pipped him at the line. Yep. So we'll see what TJ can do to fight back.
Yeah, if the McLarens come out of the first, complex of corners here, 1-2, yeah, that might be all she wrote. They might be able to just take off from there.
Gosh, I mean, considering how good their ERS management was,
that's the last thing the rest of the field want to see. Yeah, Warriors and Godany Weeb, they'll be looking to improve on their first race. Obviously, those are guys we usually expect to contend for the win. They weren't exactly in the picture towards the end of race 1, so we'll be looking to improve this race. And again, it looks like we've got a pretty good view of the lights here for the start of feature race number 2.
Yeah, Cody's giving me the worst angles tonight. I don't know what's going on.
Lights are coming on. 5 lights. And race 2 is a go. Good start from Godany Weeb.
Got a great drive. Great start.
Michelangelo got a really good start as well. Pretty average starts, it looked like, from Warriors and same TJ. STX very aggressive, we know that. And he's able to get around Got Any Weeb.
Oh, and it looks like you have a giggle. Spun at turn 1. I don't know if there was contact, but the Aston Martins are really, really close. Got Any Weeb going around the outside, or trying to hold around the outside of STX, and he wants to be really, really careful because STX is going to turn in on him.
We saw this again. We saw this in race 1. Are they going to give each other room? They do. STX is on that curb, though. That curb is not a friendly one. If you've ever driven this track on this game.
They were still side by side, going in turn 10, and that was really, oh gosh.
And Got Any Weeb gets the spot.
Wow. Great driving. Great driving.
I will say, you don't want to be thinking about this already, but look at the gap up to TJ. That could be a 3-car breakaway forming here early.
Oh, and Little Charles hits the back of Fireflow and spins, and he might have gotten wing damage, but that is pretty much race done for Little Charles, unless a VSC or safety car comes out. A bit too ambitious, I think, from him.
Yeah. Now he's got to be careful. His tires are hot. You don't want to. It's very easy to spin through that turn. I'm surprised I haven't seen anyone spin through that. It's very easy to have the car loop around in that.
Oh, and he just said that in STX because it's a half spin and he hits the brakes.
Did anyone
so
hit
STX,
him?
Gosh, no, he did a good job to save it. He would have gotten on the path, and then you got Camden Luca and Seninha. I don't know how to say it.
I've always say Seninia. It's probably wrong.
Yeah, nice.
But that's what it's probably wrong, but that's what I've been going with when I've commentated Goldens.
Well, so far more action in race 2 than we had in race 1.
Yeah. We saw this last night too. Guys were a lot more aggressive in race 2, as it seemed like they were maybe trying to make up for lost time. We had another spin in the back. I think it was you having the giggles spun. So he's not having a particularly good night. It looks like STX thinking about a move right there into turn 6 down to the tough down to turn 7.
Little erratic, and that's a bold move.
He kind of didn't give him a whole lot of room there.
A bit Verstappen-like, just.
Yeah, STX got
I'm going to take
a little
position, and if you don't move, I'm going to hit you.
Yeah. But STX is frustrated now, and like I said, he switched strategies to be up front, and he finds himself back in P9 and behind someone. No offense to Met Ray Magic, but I think STX has the pace on him at the moment. But you can tell he'll be definitely a bit impatient at the moment. Got Any Weeb was almost clawed back into DRS range, as he did set the fastest lap right there. It'll be interesting. He'll be just out of DRS range, entering lap 3. Or maybe he'll be able to get back into DRS range the next time they come around. He can't stay there for that long because now, everyone in front of him has DRS off of each other.
Yeah, Got Any Weeb has used a lot more ERS than his competitors around him. Also, just to add, or just to respond, one of the people in the chat, hey commentators, is there a racer called TRL Limitless in Platinum class? No, there's not, actually. TRL Limitless races on Xbox and PC. Currently, PC leagues are on hold because of Codemasters. I guess there's an issue with online lobbies. But yeah, Limitless races on Xbox. I know he has a PS4 or PS5, but does not race in our league. So you will not see him tomorrow night. But you'll see me, 007 Professional. You're totally fine with that. Had to give a little plug there. I need a fan club, I don't have anybody, so I need at least one fan.
Yeah. Alright. So Got Any Weeb will not be close enough to get into DRS range of the top 3, and said he's gone through a lot of ERS to try and get there, as well as Great Rockstar. I just don't think he's done it, so Got Any Weeb's going to have a tall task ahead of him to not only, let's see if we can get the tires up. There we go. He's going to have a tall task ahead of him to try and not only catch these guys, but fend off Rockstar, who I think is going to have a move right now.
Yeah, he's already passed.
Yeah. Now, the Gabri, shout out to the Gabri, he's also a reserve driver from Silver. He had a career best finish of 4th 2 weeks ago in Abu Dhabi. Needing to improve on his, remember he spun at the end of race 1, so He's going to improve on that result here in race 2. STX did get around Sanina, so he'll be looking forward to fire up Flo. Came Luca in 10th and behind Sanina.
Oh, it looks like Little Charles spun again.
Yeah. Oh, and he's going to get passed by Mclaren Magic, who was up ahead of STX. So I'm not sure what happened to him. Sorry we missed that. Came to Luca
Well,
trying
STX,
to...
I think he had the half spin out of turn 14 or 15, so that's why he dropped a few positions.
Yeah. But Mclaren Magic was the one that STX did.
Oh, gotcha.
Gave the little elbow grease too.
Oh, that's right. Good.
Battle for the lead.
Oh, yep.
Warriors gets the position. Michelangelo looking to
He
the
doesn't want
inside
to give it
still. Warriors does give him just enough space there. And now Michelangelo is going to have the run down the second straightaway into turn 4. TJ's now into the mix. Rockstar now in DRS range. Oh, there's contact!
Oh,
they both
of them
spin.
And TJ benefits from both of them.
Oh, and speaking of Moses, it's just opened up for him. And I think Rockstar might have
The
damage.
seas have opened. Yeah, Rockstar I think does have wing damage. He's extremely slow in the corners, and
Yeah,
has to be really careful.
Everyone's stacked up there.
Yeah.
Well, this could not have worked out any better for TJ. The top 2 spin, and the guy behind you gets damage. So yeah, that's a dramatic few moves. And now Degabri is going to be moving on Rockstar.
Kicking off here. It's really, really, really compact here.
Oh, what happened to
Ferrari
Godini
goes
Weed?
wide. Does he have damage? And he's too wide one in this corner.
On my screen it said he whipped the AI real quick. Degabri now finds himself up to P2. He was in P6 at the start of this lap. They have a spinner. That's Warriors. Warriors just spun.
Warriors spun.
That was the first
that's gonna destroy Williams. Oh no, they're constructors.
That was the first of the fatalities in turn 11 that we've seen. Oh, now he gets a 10-second penalty. Oh man, kick a man while he's down. That's unnecessary, Codemasters. Now Degabri and Godini Weed coming into the pits, as well as Rockstar. And Rockstar has to, because he has wing damage.
Camden's overtaking Sanina, so Camden up 9 positions up to P4.
Yeah. Godini Weed just, I think he just had a bad couple corners there. Maybe he had some, I think he had those Warriors for tires in the pits. I think Godini Weed had like a lag or a glitch or something that caused him to go wide. It said AI for a second and then switched right back as he entered the turn. That's why he went wide.
Might have paused.
Oh, Degabri! Degabri, oh man, he's in such a good position and almost threw it away there. That's going to cost him big time. He almost spun out of turn 2 on the cold tires. He managed to save. It was actually a really good save, but he lost the position and lost a lot of time, and now his tires are absolutely on fire.
Yeah, he's going to have to be really, really careful through this section.
Degabri has got a little too excited there. He's had a rough couple races, had a rough couple races last night as well, and was looking like he might get his first ever podium here in race 2. But yeah, that might have just gone out the window. But like I said, with all the chaos, he might still be in a good spot. But I'll tell you, all that chaos does benefit is Camden, because he will now. It's less drivers that he has to go through on the softs, as I expect everyone else to come to the pits. Michelangelo does, so does Fire Up Flow. TJ obviously cannot at this moment because they don't want to double set. A little surprised Mclaren didn't switch to the 5-6 pit stops instead of the 6-7 lap pit stops, but again, like it was said in the first race, well-timed DSC or safety car, and suddenly you're in the lead by a lot. So
yeah, I mean it worked out, for McLaren in the first race, so why would they change in the second race? Only just to counteract. And looks like Fire Up Flow is getting passed by Degabri. So Degabri didn't lose that much, but lost a few seconds.
Yeah, as I say, he was about half a second in front of Godini Weave, and now you can see he's almost 3 seconds behind Godini Weave. You want to get an idea what that gap is. So unfortunate for him. Michelangelo currently still has clean track in front of him, but he is gaining quickly on You Having a Giggle. So if You Having a Giggle stays out for another lap, this could be big for the guys behind him. Of course, Triple Angel's looking to gain a lot of time because he had that half spin. He came off much better than Warriors or Rockstar, but he still lost a lot of time in that whole mess. I expect Stanina as well as TJ to come to the pits this lap. Here comes TJ into the pits, right on cue. And it looks like Stanina is going to keep going. So I guess Stanina is doing the whole, let's just hope for a VSC here, or a safety car.
Yeah, I'm hoping he doesn't lose too much and doesn't stay out too long and, pulls an STX from last race, because I think he has some decent pace and you could pull off a pretty decent result, get some points. See what the McLaren driver of TJ comes out.
Come out in P3, it looks like, or net P3. That's interesting. I would have thought TJ would have come out in the lead there.
I wonder what happened on his in lap. Did he slow down or mess up or something? Because
maybe
he lost time.
Yeah, because D'Angelo had that half spin, right?
Yeah, and also Digabri had lost like 2 or 3 seconds, and he came out just in front of Digabri and Fire Upflow.
Huh. Yeah, we must have missed something because I didn't see anything in his in lap. So I think we were too busy focusing on what else was going on in the race. So TJ now has work to do. Catch up to the top 2, and this could be a gift for Godney Weeb, who's within DRS range of Despicable Angelo, who, like I said, is net P1 right now. Top 3 still have to pit. Be interesting to see what Cameron Luca comes out at. I'm sure he's coming into the pits. It looks like they both are. Yep, top 2 are coming into the pits. I'd expect Cipriani Vents, I believe. Probably butchered that, but
Cipriani. That's how I'm going to pronounce it. It sounds Italian,
Yeah, we'll go with it. Cameron Luca, he's going to be well down. He's going to have 6 laps to make those softs work. He's going to come out right
with the Aston Martins.
Right with Rockstar. And I couldn't get that spot. He's not gonna like that. Now it's got STX, and STX will be very aggressive. We know that.
He's gonna send it. Yep, there he goes.
Alright, so it's gonna be interesting to see how Cameron Luca gets around these two and then gets after the top 5 here.
I mean, Camden's still on for a decent result, and you got to give it to him. First race without ABS, that's a pretty huge change. He's doing quite well. Quite impressed.
See, it's a big swerve there.
Ooh, Camden and STX went side by side through turn 11, and still side by side through turn 12. Camden's got it. Nice move.
Now Camden's got
STX is trying to stick his nose in there. Oh,
okay.
God. Yeah, I would run wide too if I was Camden.
But now STX is going to counter him on the next straightaway because that's Camden's out of ERS range, or DRS range rather.
Yeah.
STX now. But STX does not have. And STX actually decides to hold station here. It's interesting. And now he goes for the move.
Oh, he sends it.
I think he was trying to. I think he wanted to make sure that Kim couldn't counter. I'm not really sure what STX was doing there. That's kind of an odd choice. Although
now he has DRS.
Yeah, maybe it's working out. Oh, what?
Oh my goodness.
That was a bit of a swerve right there.
It was Lance Stroll from Australia. Oh, and he spins it. Almost.
He saved it.
Oh man.
And now Little Charles right behind Cameron Luca.
Saninia gets past STX, so just took advantage of that mistake by the Aston Martin driver. And STX, look at this, his favorite overtaking spot, down into turn 10. He's done that at least 3 times. 2 times this race, or 3 times this race, and at least once last race.
Fire up flow, looking on Digabri for P4. Digabri's already dropped back from TJ, who is gaining rapidly on the top two, I must say. So TJ is not out of this just yet. He's got to be kicking himself a little bit. In that mistake earlier, he was right up with Godney Weed. Let's see if Fire Up Flow has anything for him down the front stretch. Using what little ERS he has, and I think he's going to...
Godney Weave is going down the outside of D'Angelo. Going side by side through turn 1 and turn 2. Let's see what happens. He's going to get DRS on the McLaren driver, so this should be a pretty easy overtake. McLaren driver going really defensive.
They're still side by side.
Oh, this is great driving.
Oh, who's going to
this
give?
is like Hamilton and Rosberg. What's going to happen?
Oh,
nice,
it looks like
nice.
Michelangelo lets off the gas, and this is exactly what TJ wants to see. Come on, boys, fight. Fight for him.
Nice.
I saw D'Angelo go for the dive there, and TJ, this is bringing TJ right into it.
Yeah, what a great racing, though, between these two drivers. I mean, this is like top of golden class. This is what we need to see in TCR.
Yeah, made that dive was a little team order from McLaren. Hey, slow him up a bit. Let's get our boy back in the race. Which I'm sure...
Oh, this is great.
Yeah, TJ is really loving what he's seeing up in front of him. We have a yellow flag. Someone spun. It looks like it was
Met Magic.
Yep. Alright, we now have a 3-horse race for the lead. As TJ, who still has a decent amount of ERS left, is now in P3. Michelangelo will be looking to overtake Godney Weed down the front stretch. 3 laps to go.
Godney Weed, he really used a lot of his ERS on the back straight before turn 14 or turn 15, and so that made it really easy for D'Angelo to get by. And now Godney Weed has nothing. TJ's right behind too.
Godney Weed. Will he go for a move? Oh, he does go for it. That's a dive. And he actually made the corner. We'll give a little credit to him. They're side by side.
Oh, God.
Oh, did not give him an inch of room there. I thought Godney Weed was in a good spot, but I guess not. Michelangelo defending for his life. And now Godney Weed's in an awkward position because he obviously wants to get past Michelangelo, but he's got to worry about TJ behind him as well. The McLarens are launching a full assault here.
Yeah, D'Angelo is placing his car absolutely perfectly.
Again, good defense there. That is very close.
Oh man, this is really, really tight.
And TJ just saving ERS, just waiting for the right opportunity to pounce.
Look at him right here.
He's using it now. Oh, and this will probably take him out of the possible chance to overtake Michelangelo on this straightaway. I'm not sure if that was the smartest move from TJ, because he probably wanted him to mix him up a little bit on the straight, but I think he'll get the move done anyway here, as he sees the red light flashing.
Spun.
Who was that spun?
Do you have any giggle?
Oh, that is a tough couple races for him as well. Looks like TJ thought about a move on Godney Weed, but couldn't get it completed. And TJ just used up a lot of his ERS there. And I'm not sure if I would have used it there, but we'll see.
Still 2 laps to go.
Godney Weed needs to get a little bit closer to really challenge Michelangelo here.
I mean, like right now at this point of the race, it's all about where do you want to deploy your ERS and where do you want to make that move. And I think TJ might have just miscalculated because he wasn't able to get the move done yet. He had more than twice the amount of ERS than the Ferrari driver, so not really sure what he was thinking there.
I agree with you.
It's kind of taking some pressure off of D'Angelo as well. He's probably going to take a breath while his teammate and Godney Weed fight for P2.
D'Angelo has a little bit of ERS while Godney Weed does not have any. We're going to have a battle for P4 as well. P4, 4, 5, and 6 are all on top of each other as well. So we have a lot of battles here coming on to the final lap. Alright, TJ, if you got to make a move here, you're going to have to make it right now.
He's going for it.
He really sends it this time. Not playing nice this lap, and he gets the move done. And now D'Angelo probably being a bit nervous here. Go back to the battle for P4, 5, and 6. Looks like Fire Up Flow is going to try for a move onto Gabri. Gabri goes very defensive. Oh! And Little Charles gets it to the back of Fire Up Flow and spins it.
Yeah, that is, oh gosh, just tough luck for Little Charles this race. I mean, that's 2 times he's gotten spun.
And that one, yeah, it was probably a racing incident, but he's not going to be very happy about that. Obviously trying to make up time quickly. We're back
Still
for the
points, though.
Yeah, it's everyone is running P in race 1. Looks like a decent haul of points here. But back up to the battle for the lead. It looks like Despicable Angelo, all he has to do is hit his marks here. And I want to also give a shout out here before we finish. No penalties so far. I saw TJ trying to get everything he could. But just got broke loose on the penultimate corner there. Looks like Despicable Angelo is going to get the win here. Despicable Angelo will win race 2. TJ P2. Got any weed P3. And it's going to be Mclaren scoring max points today. So yeah, sweeping both races. Got any weed P3. DeGabri hangs on for P4, equaling his career best finish, and he had to really work for that one. Fire Up Flow P5, Rockstar P6, Camden P7, Little Charles P8, STX, and what's STX and Rassam. We'll round up. I'm guessing here. I apologize if you're watching this back and I'm butchering it, but they will round out the points.
Whew, man, that was action-packed.
Yes, it was. Yeah, so got any weeb? He'll improve on. He'll gain on points. But I think the big winner tonight is going to be TJ, and obviously the whole McLaren team as well, as they get max points.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to do some maths here. Fire Up Flow is P5. Camden is P7. You want to go ahead and invite. Okay, so we need to invite TJ and Despicable Angelo as well, and then Rockstar and Got Any Weed, because they both got P3s in each race. Invite them into the party, and we'll get some interviews with your podium finishers here this evening in the Golden Class feature races. Oh boy, I guess any quick thoughts from race 2 there?
Yeah, I think some drivers benefited from being aggressive. I think some drivers, like STX, did not benefit from being overly aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Little Charles, I think, just had some bad luck with, I think he had a good race in the first one, and he tried to, bite too much off the second race and just, didn't get it.
Yeah, I will say about Little Charles, though, he did get 2 extra points for both fastest laps, so, that's, so he'll get in a decent haul of points tonight as well. So that'll help him out.
Alright, just getting everybody invited, so invites are out to the podium. Or podium interviews, we should rather say.
Let me do some adding up here. Oh boy.
Come on, I thought you were good at math here.
I mean, I said, I'm decent at it, but I'm a little slow here. My apologies. Alright, so that's 5.
Alright, well we got TJ, D'Angelo, and Rockstar in the chat, so I'm gonna get started with just getting some thoughts from a few of them. I'm gonna go to Rockstar first, actually. Rockstar, really good overall for the 2 races. What do you think of the format, and how do you think your races went tonight?
Yeah, I love the format. I love this. I always love the TCR Grand Prix sort of week. So, I like the sprint format. The one-shot quali is always interesting because it's just you got one shot to sort of nail that lap. So, which is pretty tricky. But yeah, the races went well. Unlucky in the second race, got damaged trying to avoid. I forget one of the McLarens. I think that spun. So. Nothing I could really do about it, but just a recovery drive from there. But yeah.
Yeah, really good drive, especially race 1, getting the podium. Yeah, talk to us a bit about like the one shot, because you said it's you got to put it really all out there, and it's it's hard to do it just all at once. So what do you think about the one shot, and how do you manage to put the lap together?
Yeah, I think it's really easy to just sort of like want to send it, and then personally that's where I just end up making mistakes. Like basically just like time trial where you're just trying to just go for the absolute fastest lap. But I think just putting a clean lap together and not ridiculously on the limit where you invalidate or anything like that, but just to keep it on track as on the limit as possible. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think it's keeps it interesting, and there's some guys that can really nail a lap, and yeah, and then also some unlucky ones, which I was fortunate enough not to be tonight. But yeah.
Yeah, well done, man. So Charles, got anything for Rockstar?
Man. No, I think you covered it all. But yeah, Rockstar, just keep grinding, man. That the win's coming. I'm telling you, it's going to come eventually.
Yeah, hopefully. Appreciate it.
Yep. Do we have got any weeb in the chat?
Do not. No, I sent him an invite. I'll send him another one. But go to either one of the McLaren drivers. Doesn't matter. You can pick.
Right, we'll go to the winner of race 1 first. TJ. I said congratulations on the win in race 1 and a pretty good drive in race 2. So before we start here, I want to say, you're probably looking very good in terms of the point standings. McLaren gained a whole lot of points in the constructors, and I believe y'all will be in the lead of the constructors, or yeah, y'all will be the new leaders in the constructors championship after tonight, and you will be very close to the points lead as well. After tonight, so you came in 22 points behind, and I believe you will now be. Oh boy, I gotta do math. Give me. You will now be, because that's
be a few minutes, guys.
Yeah. Please stand by. But I think you'll only be 5 points behind Warriors now, who I think will just hang on to the points lead over Got Any Weeb. I think we're actually leapfrog Got Any Weeb as well, who will now be 7 points behind Warriors. So we're gonna have a 7 point separate the top 2, according to my math. So give or take a point or 2 there. So yeah, how are you feeling overall about your night? And yeah, just take us through both your races and any thoughts you might have, and how'd you feel? DJ, you there?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry about that.
No, that's fine. You're good.
Yeah, I mean the race was overall good. I've been practicing, putting a lot of time, and behind the scenes. And when we got to the one-shot qualifying, it was kind of interesting because I had to make sure I didn't invalidate any laps, because no matter how quick you are, if you can't put in a lap together or you can't put a decent or valid lap, it doesn't really matter. You're going to start at the back and you have a lot of work to do. So on the first race, I did quite well with that, and I managed to put it on pole, and I worked my way from there. The first race was kind of tricky because I was expecting my teammate and I to like pull away, but I guess my teammate was trying to get ahead of me, so I just let him go and try to keep up with him, because the more we fight, the more the people behind closed up. So I was kind of confused. I guess it's part of lack of communication between him and I. I guess we just work that out next time. So I just when I figured out that he was trying to fight, then I just started to try to pull a gap from him, and it worked out, and I secured the first win. And the second win, I was like, I had the chance to win, but the same TJ, I always fuck shit up, so I fucked it up at the turn, was it turn 4? Yeah, I fucked it up. I think I broke too much and my car lost the rear grip, and I had to play catch up during the pit. Luckily, I didn't lose a lot of positions because that would have been tragic. Yeah, overall the race was good. I like the format. It kind of brings out the best of, like, you know, those people who could like put a lap together, because you only got one chance to put a lap together, and if you can't do it, then you're basically fucked.
Yeah. As I always said, this format's a double-edged sword because, you know, on the one hand, you have guys who are glad to have a second chance to get a little bit of redemption. On the other hand, guys like you and your teammate are like, oh boy, well, what's going to go wrong in race 2?
Yeah, exactly. You're right.
But, yeah.
Yo, that's how I felt, because I think on the second qualifying I was so cautious. I was like, I don't want to fuck this up. I don't want to fuck this up. I won the first one. I don't want to mess the second one up. So I couldn't put it on podium, but I was still in the second row. So
yeah, looking at if you look back to the live stream, that second lap will probably be even more painful for you. You know, you'll see what I mean if you look at it. But so just to clarify something, there was no communication between you and D'Angelo, because we were speculating that it seemed like y'all were working together pretty well in race 1 and just gapping everybody. So were y'all on a chat?
No, there was no conversation between him and I, because basically we talked about this previously, like not even the first time we spoke about this. If we are in the position where we are first and second in the race, we're gonna try pull a gap from the other guys, so you know it will be between me and him. So I guess I had that in mind, so whenever he tried to overtake me, I didn't give him too much of a fight. I let him by and then try to stick behind him. But then it got to a point where he was kind of holding me up because the guys behind were closing. So I was like, you know what, I gotta go past them, and because I'm not trying to be vulnerable to the guys behind. Yeah, no communication whatsoever today. I think the last time we spoke was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
When I think he got taken out in Abu Dhabi, and he was like he's gonna practice his balls off to get the dub. Congratulations to him, he did. So proud of him.
Yeah, y'all did really good tonight. Say congratulations again. Professional, you got anything for TJ?
Yeah, you were right. You got your win before I did, so kudos to you. Congratulations.
I got 2 actually. 2 wins before you.
All right. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I still got tomorrow night, so I got redemption coming tomorrow.
I believe in you.
I appreciate that. Yeah, and it was cool to see you and D'Angelo. McLaren just dominated tonight. Both races, 1-2, pole for both. So it looked like you guys were unstoppable. Yeah, just big congrats to you guys.
Thank you.
And hope I get your support tomorrow.
You will, definitely.
There we go.
You get my second support.
All right.
Well, thank you for your commentary. Thank you for your time.
Absolutely. Thank you for racing.
I will. Thank you.
All right. Seeing TJ tied with his teammate on points tonight. Both McLarens coming home with 23 points. Almost max points for McLarens. Like I said, little Charles stole the fastest lap points. Did we get anyone else join us in the chat?
No, just D'Angelo.
Alright, we got D'Angelo. Alright. Just before we get to D'Angelo, I'll go through everyone's points. This is based off my rough math here. So TJ and D'Angelo had 23 points. Then Godany Reeb and Rockstar each had 13 points tonight. Little Charles had 12 points. Fire Up Flow had 9 points. And Camden, STX, and Wardians had 6 points each. Rassam had 2 points, and Degabri got 7 points from his 4th place finish in race in race 2. Again, those are unofficial and also pending any before any steward investigation that might need to take place. So yeah, now on to D'Angelo, who had a really good night as well. If we're using motocross scoring, I'm not sure if who's here familiar with that. D'Angelo would be your overall winner today. With the win in race 2. So D'Angelo, I guess same thing. Congrats on your win tonight, as well as your 2nd place in race 1. Take us through your thoughts on the format, and what were your thoughts, I guess, when you were battling with your teammate there in race 1, and what were your thoughts? And I know you had a bit of an incident in race 2. What were your thoughts when that happened, and how did you recover from that?
Basically, race 1 was for me, it was the tester race. Honestly, the format is fantastic. I love the format, but like, see where I can qualify one shot. Never been happened in a league race before for me personally. So I was like, maybe I can put it on front row, probably second row, and then I go second, and I'm like, okay. And then basically me and TJ start pulling away, and then I'm a racer at heart. So, yeah. Race 1, I just like to race, and it ended up helping me in race 2, defending from Got Any Weeb, and basically holding him up for TJ. But yeah, race 1, very solid. I felt like I had the pace to win. I feel like TJ, he just got the more out of his tires, which I took away from that for the second race, just to make sure I can push on those tires. And then in the second race, got pole, stuck the lap that time because in turn, turn 11, I kind of slipped a little bit, had to save the car, and basically got back, and that was in race 1, and then I stuck it there and ended up gaining 3/10. And then in the incident, me and Warriors, I don't know, I'd have to go back and look, but I don't know if I did not leave him enough room or he just didn't have enough room on the inside. I'm not really sure. But he clipped me. I kind of half spun. If I full spun, the race would have been over, honestly.
Yeah.
But I half spun, only lost like 3 or 4 positions. Got back into where I could, got back into the position where I could actually, it was Rockstar, DeGabri, and Fire Up Flow, I think. Those 3 were battling, and the 2 dove into the pits because I passed DeGabri, I'm pretty sure. The other 2 dove into the pits, and basically I just went full send ERS on my end lap and got the undercut. Or, well, no, technically that would have been the overcut. So, yeah.
Well, you got a little assist that they, I think, DeGabri, you'll see it on the stream. DeGabri had a big moment on his out lap, and I think it threw, I think it was actually Got Any Weeb, might have been Fire Up Flow as well, kind of threw him off. So, but yeah, I'm sure, like I said, you came out with a great track position and were just able to hang on there, and like I said, you really kept everyone at bay. So it was really, really good racing from you at the end there. 007, any questions for D'Angelo?
Really no questions, just pretty impressed by your pace tonight. I think TJ hit the nail on the head, saying, you know, with what happened at Abu Dhabi 2 weeks ago, and you said you're going to be practicing and get the dub tonight. I think you definitely delivered and achieved that. So pretty impressed by how you came out and just kind of put a statement out there along with your team. So looking forward to having you in the booth tomorrow for Platinum alongside Blend Machine, and I hope to see you and TJ dominating more of Golden. You definitely spiced it up tonight in the Constructors.
Yeah, Mclaren, new leaders in the clubhouse and the Constructors.
That's cool to see. Now, okay, me being a Ferrari driver, you know, for Platinum, I'm rooting for Ferrari, but I'd love to see McLaren doing well, and it was actually so cool to see you and Got Any Weeb fighting with a few laps to go in race 2, and that was super close driving. Very, very clean from you guys as well.
Appreciate it. I do want to say one thing though. As soon as that race was over in Abu Dhabi, I quote, I said to TJ, "It's comeback season, bitches."
Yeah, let's go. Yes.
Wait, did we get 46 points? Just like that?
Yep.
You guys got maximum points. Well, not maximum because Little
are-
Charles got fastest lap.
Yeah, so we're missing out by 2 points.
Pretty
yeah.
darn close.
Solid job, D'Angelo.
Yeah,
I
you
told
guys
you
really,
it was coming.
you guys really put it to him tonight. McLaren 11 points, clear into Constructors over Ferrari, and Williams will slip back quite a bit tonight, with Warriors only able to bring home 6 points. So the Warriors does hang on to the driver's lead by 5 points over new second place driver TJ, and only 7 points back to Got Any Weeb. So it's still a tight fight in both drivers and constructors championships. Again, those results are unofficial, but yeah. Did Got Any Weeb join the chat?
I don't think so.
No, unfortunately.
All right.
not.
Well, in that case, I think that's all we have tonight. Anyway, closing thoughts, Professional?
Great format, very exciting. If you're watching, be sure to sign up to TCR. I think you'll really enjoy it. And if you liked what you saw tonight, then you'll like what you'll see tomorrow and in the future. So yeah, great job to all the Golden drivers. Good showing and great racing. That's what TCR is all about. So very, very proud of what we had here tonight.
Alrighty. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night, same time, 8:45 Eastern, for the TCR GP. And you know, it's the one race that all TCR guys want to win. I'm sure you have a couple of Golden Glass reserving as well, just to try and mix it up a bit. And be sure to tune in next week as we go to Portimao for round number 10, I believe, in the TCR season here. For myself, Professional, this has been the Bahrain Golden Class Features. Congrats again to our podium finishers, both McLarens, D'Angelo, TJ, Rockstar in Race 1, and Got Any Weeb in Race 2. This is Sir Charles, thanks for watching, and we appreciate your support. And have a good night, everybody.